What'd you say?
Nicole's friend who moved back to Louisiana ordered groceries, but ordered them to his Chicago
Oh
residence.
my gosh.
And so Nicole's like, "Do you want his groceries?" And I'm like, "I maybe." And then he's texting me a bunch of like the order,
Yeah.
and it's like almond chickpea cookie dough,
What?
kale spinach pesto,
Health nut.
chickpea rotini, peanut butter cup cookie dough, chickpea snacks, sun butter and jam, acai berry smoothie. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want it. It's not worth it to drive all the way out to Uptown.
No way. I mean, that sounds like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
Trying a little too hard on the health thing. Like, just buy vegetables. Why you gotta do chickpea this, chickpea that?
The chickpea dessert fantasy.
Mhm.
Have you seen this trend where it's like people blend chickpeas and they'll make cookie dough or brownies and shit out of it?
Not familiar with this trend.
It was a thing in like COVID era, I believe, because we're all trying to like eat our feelings and not gain weight.
Okay, well, too late.
But it's just disgusting. I would never advocate for. There are some things, in my opinion, that should stay savory, and there are some things that should stay sweet. Chickpeas should stay in the savory section, and they should never cross over. Like there's some raviolis that I've had.
Yeah.
It's been it was like a maybe like a pumpkin ravioli or some shit, and it was like sweet and like maple syrup. Disgusting,
Really?
foul.
Hmm.
So
Not for me.
similar in that vein. Keep it salty, keep it sweet, and never the two shall meet.
It's just not for me. I gotta be honest. Like,
And I like chickpeas.
if I'm gonna be bad, I'm gonna be bad. Like, if I'm gonna have something unhealthy, something just let's just do it.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know what.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like a chickpea. I love it in a salad. I love it in a falafel. There's nothing wrong with chickpeas. It's just I want to know what sociopath thought it was a good idea to take a chickpea and make cookie dough out of it. Have you seen a blended chickpea? It's not cookie dough.
I know minimal about the chickpea. I really do. I just feel like
Or garbanzo. They're also called garbanzo beans.
Yeah, I know garbanzo bean. I guess I
the
didn't
same
consider
thing.
it like that. But I don't know. Whoever it was had way too much time on their hands. Way
too much. Should have been in jail.
Dude, there's that like Seinfeld episode early on where they're just like, there's a guy at a party who's just telling a boring story, and he's just like, man, George Washington Carver. Can you imagine just being so excited about, the peanut? To dedicate one's whole life to the peanut. Fascinating, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it just really isn't fascinating. And the person that is doing the chickpea thing, not that fascinating. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll give George his dues because
Yeah, it worked out.
I
Jesus
don't know
Christ.
what I would do without peanut butter.
It worked out.
But the chickpea cookie dough guy, you can die.
Sure. I mean,
You can leave.
yeah.
This earth is not meant for you, and it never will be.
Never. So, anyway, we're back, you guys.
Anyway, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Bam.
Boo, boo, boo.
It's another episode.
Sofa.
Tomatoes.
We're here, you guys, and it feels good to be back. I know that our listeners have been begging for another one, so here we are.
I'm just feeling right as rain, sugar. It's another great episode.
Another great episode. That's just how it's got to be. So, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
There's no
better
way.
than last week.
What makes you so good?
Just less stress. I'm less stressed.
And you're rhyming, so that's cool.
And I'm rhyming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting my degree to use.
That's good.
No, I've just been a little bit less stressed. I figured some things out that work for me. I figured out what doesn't. So, for example, marijuana,
Mary Jane.
pens, Penjamins, Pengelina Jolie's,
The Pennyhana.
Pennyhanas, or no
Pengelina Jolene.
Pengelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I missed that one. Damn.
I cannot partake.
Okay. Just too much juice for
It's too much juice. It really is. Like, and so I thought in this as I finished the flour that I had prior, I was like, you know what? That experiment went okay. let's dip back
Let's
in.
double down.
Let's dip back into the Benjamin experience because it is a more
It's
convenient,
casual,
casual,
low key,
it's easier, more portable.
ding, ding, and ding.
You know, I'm like, let's give it a shot and see how it goes.
Yeah.
No bueno. No bueno.
No dice, huh?
It's just too much up here. It's too much up in the noggin. It really hits me fiercely
Well, let's
in the head.
let's dive deeper. What is it that you got? Did you get some sativa, some indica, some hybrid? Let's figure this out.
I think it was an indica.
Okay, well then there's no
I don't know if I
excuse.
can search my like past order history, whatever. But
You know what they say about indica?
Indicouch.
Damn right. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I also heard somewhere that like the deviation between indica and sativa doesn't really exist anymore because of how modern
It's been growing
processes work. But whatever.
Whatever.
I thought we were going to interrupt this podcast for
Something.
a brother dog sex experience.
No, we're chilling.
Anyway, so I am just flower power only at this point.
There you go. Nothing wrong with flower power.
Yeah, big flower power energy. I feel like the one thing that helps me the most, and honestly, is the separations and like the ritual of it all. So with the pen, there really isn't a ritual, right? You really
just hit it.
You just hit it and move on with your
Maybe
life.
click a button if you're lucky.
With the flower, there's more of a ritual. There's more. You got to pick the
Grind,
bud. You
yeah,
got to grind it. You got to pack it, light it, smoke it. If you have a bong, you got to fill your thing with water. If you're a dry pipe, you just got to make sure it's a little bit clean. Whatever. I like that for me and like my routine and my schedule and to kind of keep it all together. That my one rule is that like when I like no marijuana products in my room, because then that like I'll just use it and stay up and I won't sleep and I'll just binge TikTok all night.
It's too easy.
High as a kite, or Amazon.
I don't play that game. Like
All
that.
of it. I love getting high and going on and online shopping.
Oh sure.
It is so fun.
Jeez.
It is one of the best experiences.
Everybody can relate to that.
But when I would take the pen and I had it, I would bring it into my room, and then next thing you know, I'm just like having it on my chest, and I'm like casually,
like it's nothing.
Casually hitting it, and next thing you know, I'm
Get down, Harry. Sorry about that. Go on your spot.
Yeah, you're gross,
Go
bud.
on your spot.
You're gross. There are laws against that type of
Go on your
behavior.
spot, doggy dog. Go lay down.
It's so sad.
There's no need. You're a good dog. Go lay down. Whatever. Let him be. Ugh. I'm so ridiculous sometimes.
Dogs.
Lay down.
Why don't you just do
That's
what
it.
dogs do?
Done. He done did it. So, vape's not for you, huh?
No vape.
No vape, no
This
vibe.
is a no vape zone.
There you go.
But flower vibes. So I have that. Have that in my life. It's nice, little nightcap. It's still, and I found that I don't know why. There probably may not be a reason. It just might be my own psyche or whatever. But when I had the pen and I would smoke, I was less inclined to exercise for some reason. Like I would just be like, I don't feel like it. I'm gonna go just binge TikTok or rot watching Drag Race or something.
Interesting.
But with the flower, and even this happened after I had quit the pen and went back to the flower, that I'm like, let's go, let's do something. I'm like, I cleaned my bread maker. I did a workout.
Yeah.
I cleaned Jolene's litter box. I was that girl. It's a different type of high where I don't think this one hits me, like the flower doesn't hit me so intensely in my like thought process.
In your cranium.
Yeah.
Well, so one thing that I think is a fair thing to consider for a person with a lower tolerance, for a person that is more of the occasional smoker, I would say. One of those things I would say is that if you're going to go Benjamin, got to consider how the liquid that they're putting in that Benjamin is made.
Sure.
And consider that they make that liquid with butane a decent amount.
Okay.
And there is a lower, I guess, like even though the percentage of the concentrate of like the percentage of THC of the concentrate is higher than with the weed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that means that the like if it's still made with the butane and you still smoke like you're like I kind of feel like you're getting minor weed high, butane high. I think like what they make the weed with, like that lower quality concentrate, might be leading you to not get a proper THC buzz, and then you're smoking that flower and it's pure. Personal opinion. I mean, I've dabbled here and there, and I do know a thing or two.
I don't know. I guess I can't speak because I don't know how it's made. I've never figured out how they make the juice.
Sure. So there's resin, and then there's rosin, and then and I know that sounds so similar to. It's the difference of the E and the O.
Right. So in your standard, say like disposable pen, you're getting resin.
Standard, you're getting resin, or you can pay practically double
Mm-hmm.
and get rosin. And rosin is made with water.
Right. It's just a more purified
rather than butane.
process, whatever.
Precisely.
Okay.
So you're getting a different high for a reason, in my opinion. I'm not saying this is fact.
Sure, I think there might be some compounds involved that might make something different.
No
I'm more.
scientist.
I wish I could do the pen in the sense that like the vapor is easier on your lungs than the ash and the smoke. That
Tough
is
to say.
that is just the truth. That is just science.
You think so? Even when the concentrate's made with butane?
Totally.
Really?
Yeah, vapor. Essentially vapor, which is condensed particles in like a liquid form.
Sure.
Gas, actually, but like whatever.
Okay, scientist guy.
Compare that to ash,
Yep.
which actually has more opportunity for random byproduct. So not only could you get the butane, say, from your lighter that you're using to light it with, but you can also, there are certain carbon deposits and other transformations in the combustion process that don't make it as healthy for you as to say vapor, because it's a different level of combustion.
Interesting.
So
there's a little bit more research to be done, I'd say.
Yeah, undoubtedly there needs to be more research on marijuana and THC and all that jazz, but it won't happen because it's still a Schedule 1.
Yeah, federal. And Texas made it more illegal, right?
Yeah.
That's just
Yes, they did.
That's just
Texas is all sorts of fucked.
weird.
They made marijuana more illegal. They made the 10 Commandments. You now have to have the 10 Commandments in every public
Displayed.
elementary school displayed
Scary.
in every classroom. And then abortion, obviously, can't have it in Texas. And then they have a school voucher program where essentially all the public money that Texas has is now going to private Christian schools.
Well, if you came to smile and laugh,
That's a pulpit topic.
be patient. We're gonna get there. But
Yeah,
right
be
now,
patient.
just
You're so
tune in.
needy. You're so needy. You come to these
Yeah.
you come to these podcasts, you think you want to laugh, you want to smile, and you want to hear jokes. You think you've come to this place for love, for romance, for imagination, like we're Nicole Kidman at AMC fucking theaters? Bitch.
No.
It's not happening.
No.
That's not happening. On this Lord's Friday,
We're getting serious.
Dixie Chick serious.
We're talking facts. We're getting it done. So, what have you been watching, man?
Drag.
Anything fun? Yeah, drag.
Still drag.
How's All Stars going?
All Stars is still happening.
Yeah?
The final episode of the second bracket of All Stars 10 happens today.
Oh!
I will be watching it later at night with a little marijuana.
So it's already it comes out today. It came out earlier this morning.
I think in some countries and states you might be able to watch it.
Okay.
I don't believe it has aired yet in the United States. Yeah, something like that.
Babushka.
I didn't check though. It might be on Paramount, but
Mm.
I'm excited. I already caught some spoilers this morning online.
Can't
So
go
be it.
without.
I
Fucked
am
up.
satisfied with the top 3 that are coming out of this bracket.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I do think some of the girls, particularly Tina, probably got robbed.
Oof.
Um,
Tough
you know,
team.
R.I.P. Tina Burner, on fire like the Hunger Games.
So who are the three that are left? Tune me, like, get me in on this.
So,
I want to know.
bracket.
Can I place a bet on this? Where can I get odds?
I'm sure you could probably bet on
How
Drag
can
Race.
I make money?
I'm
Watch
sure
it.
there's something happening in Vegas.
Okay, all right.
But-
So who's in it?
So right now, do you want the first full bracket or just the
I
top
want to know
three?
who's left.
Okay.
I want to know who. Like, if I choose to tune in, who am I going to watch today?
So today you're gonna watch Lydia Butthole Collins,
Love it.
Mistress Isabel Brooks,
Okay.
Georges,
Oh,
Carrie Colby,
wow.
Nicole Page Brooks,
Okay.
and Tina Burner.
Did I hear two different Brookses?
Yes.
What,
There's Mistress Isabel Brooks and there's Nicole Page Brooks.
is that just like a common name,
So-
or like are they cousin? What's
So the
what's
House
going on?
of Brooks is a very famous drag,
Oh,
and
so you are brought up in the House of Brooks?
so
Oh,
it's a big
the
like pageant family. So these girls, there's the Texas Brookses, and then there's the Georgia Brookses. Mistress is from the Texas Brookses, and Nicole Page Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia, is from the
Georgia.
Georgia Brookses.
Wow.
And these are all. This is when they were doing pageants.
Mhm.
They were big in the pageant scene in their resident states. The Brookses were like their drag family. Their drag mothers were Brookses. Their drag mothers were Brookses, and it's just like a name that continues on.
Yeah.
The Texas Brookses have a little bit more success than the Georgia Brookses, but Brookses nonetheless.
Brooks is nonetheless.
Mistress is great. I love her chaos on TV. She's such a bitch.
She gonna win?
I don't think she'll win the whole show, but she'll go on to the next round. She'll make it to the semis.
Okay. Tune in next week for an update.
And then, well, I guess like spoilers. So the top three from this bracket are going to be Mistress, Georges, and Lydia.
Okay.
Which I'm fine with. I like me some Butthole. I like Miss Butthole Collins. She is the new girl. She was on the most recent regular season of Drag Race,
Okay.
and then was immediately called back into All Stars.
Mhm.
Rumor is because there was another girl named Maddie Morphosis
Oh.
who had signed up to do All Stars, but then something happened where they had to back out, and then Lydia came in.
Okay.
Georges is. I'll give Georges credit. She's a very entertaining queen. She can dance anybody around anything.
Cool.
And she's Rue's favorite. She's one of Rue's favorites.
Yeah.
She's an entertaining queen. I think as I've seen her more in the seasons, because she has been on 3 seasons now.
Really? Three-peat.
Yeah, this is her third. She's definitely grown and become a more well-rounded queen. I still think she can still use some, I don't know, better references.
Mhm.
I think, and that'll come with age and
Sure.
exposure to things. I think she'll get better references. But
Totally.
and then Mistress is going to be the third, who I love. It's just chaos, very high, elegant pageant drag, Texas, very big, very bold, very glam
Okay.
kind of beat.
W.
In the previous bracket, who I really like the most and I would love to see actually win the entire season,
Who?
is Bosco.
Bosco.
Bosco. She is such a good queen.
Where does Bosco get her name?
I don't know. I don't know the origins of Bosco.
Because
I know Bosco Sticks.
we know Bosco sticks. We know Bosco the like chocolate syrup. You familiar with that?
No.
So yes, that's kind of like you can get like Nestle chocolate syrup to put in your milk.
Yeah.
Bosco, that's a type of chocolate syrup.
Oh, I've never heard of Bosco.
Oh yeah, and so as you know, my entire life sometimes revolves around Seinfeld.
Okay.
It does. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
There's an episode where George Costanza is over there, and he's about to get married to Susan, and Susan's like, George is like, I need cash from the ATM. She's like, okay, yeah, just give me your card and tell me your code, and I'll go get it for you, no problem. And like Susan's like well off. Her parents are rich. George's parents not rich.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, I got you. Like, we're also about to get married. Like, you can trust me, type of thing. And he should. He's like, no, I'm not giving you my code. I'm not giving you. There's a whole episode around it. Anywho, there's a character whose mom is like dying, or grandma's dying in her deathbed, and George tells her, while she's like in a coma or whatever. He's like, my pin code is Bosco. And she like wakes up out
But
of her
that's
coma.
5.
She wakes up. This is Seinfeld world.
Okay.
You don't get to create the rules. No. She wakes up out of her coma and goes, Bosco, Bosco, and like Peterman comes in, the guy whose mom it is, and he's just like, what does it mean, George? What does it mean?
Okay.
It's just like, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just like crazy.
Okay, I can see that.
Brilliantly, hilariously done.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I just hope that she got it from Seinfeld. That's all I'm saying.
I could see Bosco liking Seinfeld.
Yeah,
I could see her maybe getting into some of it, but she is a Seattle-based queen.
Okay.
She is of the transcendental nature,
Mm-hmm.
and she is lovely. She's just a good queen. Gives you everything you need.
She's got my vote.
Yeah, totally.
Truly.
And then Irene was a really good surprise out of the first bracket. She
Mhm.
was a first eliminated girl 2-3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
She did, like, for a talent show, she like tried to making ice water funny.
Oh,
Bombed
it doesn't sound
bad.
bad. Okay.
And then she was voted out, and then in this all-star season, she slayed. She literally she won every challenge.
She's it. She's that bitch.
She's very good.
Okay.
Very talented. I was very pleasantly surprised. And then there's Aja, who this is also
Aja or Asia?
Aja.
Oh, AJA though.
AJA.
Wow.
Aja.
Steely Dan album.
Totally.
It is.
Didn't know that.
And there's a song on it called Asia.
But she goes by Aja.
Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Maybe.
Well,
it could be like Soliloquy.
love that tune.
But anyway, there's also a three-peat. She's great. She is similar to Georges in the sense that she could like dance the house down boots,
Okay.
but she's good TV.
Really?
She's,
Drama mama?
Yes, and she's
Mm.
funny and she's catty. It's good TV.
Yeah.
So I am actually really living for this
You're deep.
All-Star season.
You're in it.
This is a good All-Stars.
So how much longer until it's like done this season?
So
You got, like, a couple weeks.
we'll have this episode, then 3 more episodes.
Okay.
And then I don't know how many episodes the semifinals will be. So
So probably 2 more months.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lit.
I can see that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a drag summer.
Fantastic. One of my like when you say I could see that happening or like I could see that type of thing. I can't remember what show it is. I feel like it's something dumb, but they're just like, so it could happen in 5 days, right? And they're like, yeah, I can see that happen. Oh, it's The Office. It's The Office when
don't
when
know.
that happens. I think can't even tell you anymore. Anyway, let's move past it.
I know the bit. I think it's from Parks and Rec where it's just like the doctor, where it's like it could be 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6. What?
5 yeah, exactly.
Yeah, classic. Absolutely classic.
Are you still watching Friends?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So slowly. I am
Hell yeah.
so slowly. Friends gets like 1, maybe 2 episodes. Last 3 times I watched Friends, I didn't finish it's like 2 episodes it's Barbados episode part 1 and part 2.
Okay.
And then there's like a 3rd episode where they're like at the beginning they are leaving Barbados and getting on the plane, and it's like not a Barbados episode, but I still consider it a Barbados episode. But I haven't even finished the 2nd Barbados episode yet because I'm just going through it so slow. It's such like a classic to me that I watch. I'm so in it, and then I just like get caught up with something else and I pause or whatever.
Okay.
So I think I've got like 1 whole season left still of Friends, which is like 23 episodes or something ridiculous.
Sure, yeah.
But they're short, so like really it's like 12 episodes or 11 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm getting through it, but I am not flying through it. And reason being is really that I've been getting behind on my other podcasts, my other sports podcasts. So like that is almost easier for me to just kind of like let run.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if I'm not careful, I'm going to restart Friends again.
Yeah.
So I have to go slow. So I am slowly getting through Friends, and that's all good and that's great. But there's a new Apple TV show out.
Is this which one?
Which one?
There's like 5.
Go ahead. You think you know? You think you
Is
know?
it Murderbot?
You think- No, it's not Murderbot. I haven't even heard of Murderbot. You could talk about Murderbot later. You know what I'm talking about right now?
Is it the one with the guy from Mad Men?
No.
Is it the one
Keep going.
with
You're not gonna get it.
Steve Carell where they're like billionaires?
It's not gonna come up on your For You. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. Well,
It's Stick.
Stick.
Stick. You have any questions about it? You want me to just go into it?
I have no questions about Stick.
All right, let's move on then. Just kidding. It's about golfing.
I did see this.
It's a sit comedy.
with Owen, with the brother
Owen Wilson,
Owen
OW.
Wilson. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
He's good in it so far. I mean, it's tough to say too much about it, considering I'm like only 2 episodes in. There's only 3 episodes out yet. I'm on 1 episode 2 nights ago, 1 episode last
Is it like
night.
a Happy Gilmore kind of thing?
It's like right now. What's and I know this movie like it's the back. I love this movie so good. What's the Robin Williams Matt Damon movie?
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. It just was a brain fart in my brain. It's Good Will Hunting meets Ted Lasso.
Oh, interesting. But with golf.
With golf. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
I never watched Ted Lasso.
oh well. The Lasso fans, our Lasso fan listeners, they're gonna eat you alive.
Our Lassos.
Yeah, our Lasso fans, you're done. It's over. But
I feel like when Ted was having its moment, it was like COVID.
yeah, it was deep into COVID. Oh, so
And
intense.
I didn't have Apple TV, but it was also one of those things where it's like everybody loves it, so I hate it.
Yeah.
It was very that.
The thing about Ted Lasso, before I get too far into Stick, is it does have like they do such a good job of in that show. I feel like, I guess I don't know because I'm not everybody, but anybody who watches it is going to relate to it because they have that many different characters that they follow.
Okay.
There are that many different parts of character development that they give you. The writing is just so spectacular. I mean, I can go on and on about the doings of Bill Lawrence
Okay.
for a long time, the creator of Scrubs.
Yeah.
I really could. He is so good. And every interview I've ever seen him in, he's so funny.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Ted Lasso is so worth.
Okay.
So
All right.
so worth.
The Lasso of it all.
There's like I said, there's a little bit in there for everybody at Ted Lasso, and it's just excellent. It's a positive show. It's
Yeah,
So
I heard that.
if you're looking for positivity, you're looking for like
Rainbow Sunshine
Feel-
Smiles and Feel Good.
No. There are negatives to it. It makes you feel.
It's
It
but it's a
does.
feel good story.
At certain points.
Like there's not an episode that ends with like everybody died. It's not like a red wedding.
Most shows don't end like that.
Game of Thrones.
Okay, most shows. Yeah, but you're saying like there's not like a episode in the whole show where everybody dies. Of course not. The show would end.
Well, that didn't for other shows.
Yeah, well, it was so good. And Apple, it's proven to be so good. It's been on the top chart of Apple for so long that even though it was only set up for a 3-season run, I believe they're getting a 4th season. I
did see something that got greenlit.
I
for another
believe
one.
Jason Sudeikis is getting paid such buku bucks that he's willing to come back.
Okay. Sure.
And he surely didn't have to.
well,
I'm
I
sure
also
he got
think
paid 20
Apple's catalog isn't that big yet.
because they're smart, in my opinion, today. Like it's not like smart to the extent where, all the other ones have things that have already been made. Apple pretty much, it's all their content.
I think
It's not going anywhere. Nobody else is going to be able to buy the rights.
no,
to it.
but I think more in like looking at Netflix as an example, where like Netflix will put out shows that do well with the public and then cancel them, and maybe Apple is trying to avoid that. So like I don't know, at Netflix there was the OA that got canceled that I really enjoyed.
Why is Apple trying to avoid that? What do you mean?
So by not putting out a bunch of content, like a bunch of TV shows,
You're saying Apple doesn't do that?
Apple is not. I think Netflix's media strategy is more aggressive than Apple's, or was more aggressive than Apple's when Netflix was at a similar position that Apple's in today.
Okay.
So
having a hard time wrestling with that thing. Is that you're saying? But okay, go ahead.
So maybe Apple is keeping their catalog smaller to prevent having to cancel a bunch of shows later.
I don't think that's it.
I don't know. I'm making it up.
No, I appreciate that. I'm just saying I don't think that's why they're doing that. I think that they're keeping it small because they want Apple TV to be all original content. They don't want to have to pay for Seinfeld. They don't want to have to, if you want to watch that stuff, you can buy it on Apple. You can literally go into the iTunes store and buy all the seasons
Does
of Seinfeld.
iTunes even exist anymore?
Surely it does.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah, like there are people who like
can you buy a song on
buy
iTunes?
A song. You can.
Is it still $129?
I don't know the cost these days. Probably.
Because it used to be $99 per song.
I remember.
And then it was $129, and then Spotify and all the others came out and changed the game. But okay, in fact, because I would re-download iTunes because I have my old iPod, and I would restore that bitch and
something to think about
and see what I can find on there.
So yeah, so Stick is good.
Yeah, back
to your
Stick.
Of Stick is that, like Good Will Hunting, pretty much. So Owen Wilson's a
unbeknownst genius.
What he was a good golfer. Something big happened. Ended up having like a psychotic breakdown. Never was the same, or like blacklisted from golf, or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
And he like stumbles across some kid at the driving range who like sneaks in with like balls that he just found to hit, and he just like hits those and like kind of runs off. Kind of that's the Good Will Hunting vibe. Is kind of like Matt Damon. Remember, he's like doing the
he's solving the equation,
and then he
on
runs
the board.
away, and they're just like, "No, who is that kid? We gotta solve it." And then like Family Guy spoofs it in a funny way at some point. Love the Family Guy spoof. That was probably one of my favorite Family Guy spoofs of all time. Is when they spoof Good Will Hunting. I thought that was
it's a very easy concept to spoof.
Oh, but it's so funny when you do it right.
Because if you really it's a good movie, and if you pull yourself out of the movie itself, it's kind of a crazy concept.
It's ridiculous.
And it's really stupid.
Yeah. But dang, that movie pulls on my
Matt Damon and Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
I think they wrote it together. I think they won the Oscar for it.
They definitely won. They're winners.
But yeah, I don't like Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck is an asshole.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Ben Affleck fan, and I'm not a massive Matt Damon. But
I can't think of one thing that Damon's in that I like.
You know, like Good Will Hunting.
Okay, but I
can't think of one thing. There's one. Like I don't sit here and pull up the
IMDb and be
like, oh, you don't like that? You don't like that?
I don't love Good Will Hunting.
You're a liar.
I respect it for what it is.
Oh,
but I don't love it.
Gosh, man, like him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's so hetero of me.
So
maybe it is.
Hetero.
Maybe it is. But him being like, I gotta go see about a girl type of thing, like that type of thing, like that is fucking lit. And I would say it could be the same.
What does he do that? What movie?
Good Will Hunting.
Well, he's like, I gotta go see about a girl?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Have you never seen the movie?
It's been years.
Do you want me to run through the whole thing right
Please
now?
Don't.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna hit some highlights.
What's the movie with Emily Blunt? What's that one?
Give me one little bit of info. I don't even.
It's like Emily Blunt's dead wife or some shit, and then he time travels and.
Whose dead wife?
Matt Damon's.
What?
You don't know this movie?
Dude, I don't know movies. The only reason I might have never seen Good Will Hunting in my life if it wasn't for Mr. Was.
Okay.
Might have never.
That's how you watched it?
It was the first time I had ever seen it.
Okay. Really? So you watched it in high school English class?
Oh, it was so... It did.
Interesting.
Oh, my God. Him having to go see about the girl and him like having that little conversation with his like friend, and he's like, his friend's like, I can't wait for the day that I show up to this deadbeat job and you're just not here anymore because you're just too fucking good. Like that type of shit. Sits with me.
Yeah.
Sits with me almost every day.
It's your Roman Empire.
Oh my God.
You think of Good Will Hunting every day.
It is just I'm getting goosebumps.
No,
I'm getting fucking
there are
goosebumps
some-
just talking about these bits.
So that you would argue that Good Will Hunting is one of your defining personal movies. Like
It's
there
a-
was you before Good Will
yeah.
Hunting, and then there's you after Good Will Hunting.
Sure, yeah, fair.
Okay,
Down
interesting.
to make that.
I would say that, but like with other movies instead.
Go ahead.
Like for me, The Shining is probably like the most important one,
Okay.
where there was me before The Shining, and then there was me after The Shining. And after The Shining has a lot more anxiety, but loves the good conspiracy.
I want to hear with anybody who relates to you. I want to hear from
No,
you guys.
I'm so unique.
Please shoot me an email, sofatomatoespod@gmail.com. Please.
No,
I
you
gotta
can
know
never
if you relate
be
to Mike about
me.
The Shining.
You can't be me.
But if you relate to me about
You'll
Good Will
never
Hunting,
be me.
say what's up. Good Will Hunting.
Come on.
Dude, oh my God. I might be watching that later. Great movie. I don't know. I'm a simpleton with stuff like that, I guess. I don't know. Love it though.
I've become a snob
Yeah.
with movies.
We know this. I'm a snob with TV. That's my thing.
Yeah, I've become a snob with movies. I really can't with some of the bad movies these days. And the remakes of everything, I mean, I've gone on, I can go on ad nauseum about Hollywood and remaking everything is so stupid. But did you ever watch Stranger Things?
No.
No. They're releasing the new
Okay.
season.
That's a lie. Have I ever watched Stranger Things? Yes. Did I consume the content? No.
Okay.
Not at all. But I bet I'd like it.
I enjoyed
I
it.
believe it's got like, from what I heard, good tunes going through it.
Yeah, it does. It does have a good
and
soundtrack.
it's like solid kind of sci-fi vibes,
Very.
right?
Very.
I'm sure I'd like it.
It's like 1980s sci-fi meets Dungeons and Dragons,
God, that does sound up my alley.
which is kind of interesting. It's a good show. I'll give it credit. I enjoyed it. The most recent season was wild. Each episode was like an hour and a half.
Really?
It was like a movie. Each episode was like a
Ooh.
movie. It was crazy.
I'd be watching that in 5 parts.
That's kind of what I did.
That's what I would do.
I don't remember where I was going. Maybe I was going to Colorado. I don't know. I watched it
way.
all like on the plane. But yeah,
Okay. Well, so far I like Stick.
so far you like Stick.
And I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. I think that it isn't going to be like outstanding, unfortunately. I feel like that they're missing, maybe it's coming in an episode or two. They're missing at least 2 other characters or something. And
It's not going to be a decade defining show.
okay.
Where Ted, I would give Ted credit where Ted can
Decade defining.
defining.
It defined a generation, I would say.
Sure.
Almost. But the thing about Stick, and this is why I'm a TV snob, is that it just because that it's even remotely related to golf, is that I'm going to relate it to the only one of the few other golf shows that I've watched, which is an anime. It's literally not even fair.
Like a Japanese anime about
A
golf?
Japanese anime about golf.
Do you watch it with subtitles?
By myself with it's there's an English dub. But I'll tell you what, for any of the golfers out there, or just anybody who likes anime, or anybody's looking just for something different, Rising Impact.
Rising Impact.
That's
That's the name of it?
Rising Impact.
How do you pronounce it in Japanese?
I don't even want to try because I don't want to sound even a little bit racist.
It's not racist if you try. It's only racist if you try and disrespect intentionally.
Negative. I'm going to just respectfully decline the opportunity.
Pussy.
Hey, pussy is what pussy does.
Pussy white boy. Can't be racist.
So yeah, no, I can't. And so yeah, Rising Impact, good show. I recommend it to you, Mike.
There's a volleyball one. Have you seen this? The like volleyball anime?
Do you know what it's called?
No.
Because I have watched the whole thing.
Oh, you did watch
I've watched
it.
all of it.
Is it good?
It's outstanding.
Okay.
It is so good. They do an exceptional job of not only making it enjoyable to the volleyball listener, the
Mhm.
volleyball player, but they also did a good job of like, if you don't know volleyball, kind of like giving you simple ideas, but also expanding on them in like ways that like really make you think. And
These are my hands.
it's just fun. It is so fun. And I like, I almost kind of like, do you want to just like sneak out your phone real quick and just look up volleyball anime so we can shout it out and give the name of it?
The name of it?
Yeah, I'm just like, because once you say it, I'm gonna be like, oh, it's like, it starts with an H. Haiku. Hi. It might just be haiku or
Volleyball anime.
haishu. He.
Haiku.
Can I see it?
Haiku.
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 Can I see it?
Haiku. HAIKUYU.
Yeah, it's haiku.
Haiku.
Haiku. Oh my gosh, haiku is so good. Are you thinking about watching it?
No,
Why?
it just came into my head when you talked about your golf anime.
What? Why don't you want to watch it? You like volleyball,
I'm just not an anime diva.
but you like volleyball.
I do,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Sometimes it just takes like liking.
What's
part
it
of
on?
something. It's either on. It's on stream. It might be on Netflix or something.
Okay.
Might be on Netflix. It's
Or like,
not-
what's the anime one? It's like Toast or some shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's like an anime streaming
Oh,
platform.
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
That one. Toast.
I don't know where the hell you got those from.
Toast crunches.
But yeah. So Haikyuu, so good. Rising Impact, so good. Both of those shows are really, really so good. I very much recommend. Sorry, Rachel just sent me some sort of TikTok that I'm not going to watch right now.
Oh,
but
it's very important. TikTok is very important.
TikTok is important.
We interrupt this podcast for TikTok.
So do you think TikTok's going to go away, or you think that it's here to stay?
You know, I think it's gonna stay. I don't see it leaving anytime soon.
There would be riots in the street. I feel like there are people that
I don't know about riots in the street, but it's funny to me that it like when the original ban rolled out and I was without TikTok for like 72 hours, there people were willingly downloading the China-based app.
Yeah, I know.
So they were like willingly giving their
away,
data
yeah.
to China,
Yeah.
which I love that kind of like pettiness
Yeah.
where the government was like, we don't want TikTok to sell our data to China, and then the United States, the honestly Gen Z was just like, oh yeah, well I'm just gonna give it to China.
Yeah, for real. The best part to me was that people that were selling their phones with TikTok on it.
For thousands
shout-
and thousands of dollars.
Shout out to those people who made a buck.
Do you think that like really there was some poor sap that bought
Oh
the
yeah.
phone with TikTok?
Are you kidding me? You don't think some kid was like, "Daddy"?
But then you won't get it because if it's an iPhone, that TikTok app was only hooked up to that iCloud account.
Don't care.
So if you buy somebody's phone with TikTok, you have to use that iCloud or you can't use your own.
I guarantee that a bunch of people did it. I guarantee that a bunch of people made money.
So
And I
stupid.
guarantee that a bunch of people are just laughing straight to the bank.
Probably it should have been me,
One day.
but I deleted it like what is it? What's the little rodent that like jumps off the cliff? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. But I was just going to say that I one day would like to laugh straight to the bank. One day. Every time I'm going to the bank, I'm frowning. I'm not really positive about it, even for the most part.
I've had positive and negative experiences.
But have you
at the bank.
laughed straight to the bank?
I've never laughed. A lemming.
A lemming.
A lemming. You ever heard of a lemming?
I have, and I don't know where, but I have. I feel
Oh,
like a
they're
TV
so
show of some sort or
cute.
something. I heard lemming.
They're like guinea pigs or hamsters. Adorable.
You looking to get another pet?
No.
Why not?
Just one is enough. I don't need more than one. I maybe eventually I'll foster. I could see myself maybe fostering a cat or a kitten,
Okay.
but at this point in my life, no. Jolene is the only one, and she's becoming more bold.
Good.
She's becoming a lot more talkative. She's demanding a lot more.
As she should. She's the boss.
Last night I'm making I don't know, I'm in like a 2 a.m. manic state, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do things around my house. So
Crazy.
I clean my bread maker because I took my Yaya's old bread maker, and I'm making a loaf of bread in the bread maker. And this wakes up Jolene. So then the back door, where like to the stairwell for the building, like
Yeah.
the main stairwell.
Oh, I know.
She goes up to the back door, and usually like I know she wants to go out, and I'll ask her like, "Oh, do you want to go exploring?" That's usually the word, and then she'd be like, "Meh," she'll like make a noise or whatever. And so she goes to the door, and I'm like, "Oh, do you want to go exploring?" She looks at me, looks back at the door, and then just starts screaming,
Really?
screaming.
Dang cat.
Like, I've never seen this cat scream before. And then as soon as I like touch the doorknob, she's bobbing and weaving in between my legs, and she's screaming. And then as soon as I crack that door open, she could not get her face through the crack fast enough.
Oh my god.
I've never seen this cat like so, I don't know, aggressive towards anything. Like
Must
so
have seen something. or
so wanting
something.
anything. I have no idea. I think maybe she was going a little stir crazy because I closed all the windows
Mm.
because our air quality's been
no bueno.
no bueno because we got some wildfires.
True.
And usually that gets kind of her like weird, like because it's cat TV when she's just like looking out the window and stuff.
Right.
So she wasn't really getting that. So I assume she's like, I need to go and get out of here at 3 a.m.
Begging for some real life.
begging. So I really hope that doesn't become a routine of hers where it's like 3 a.m. I'm gonna scream until Dad opens this
Oh
door.
my god. Has that happened more than once or just the
No,
one?
that so far this has been the only time.
Oh, thank God.
But what she will do if she wants my attention is she'll like come up to me, or she'll purposely go behind me where I can't see her, and then she'll start like crying, or she'll like paw at my back. So I physically have to turn around to acknowledge whatever she wants, and it usually is just food.
Wild.
She
Yeah.
just wants food.
Well, she's telling you what's up. Could be worse.
For the most, yeah. I mean, it could be so much worse. She could piss and shit everywhere and,
True.
and all that stuff. But no, she's a good cat, and I think she's okay being alone for right now.
Yeah.
I don't think she needs a buddy yet.
Good. She'll let you know when she does. That's the thing.
Maybe or not, or maybe she'll just vibe by herself. I don't
Maybe
know.
she'll let you know and you'll just be like, shut up.
Probably.
Shut up. I'm your owner.
And I don't think I would get another cat until like I get a new litter box situation. Like if I am gonna get another cat, the rule of thumb is like you need a litter box per cat plus one extra.
Mhm.
That's like the rule of thumb, which that's insane to have 3 litter boxes for 2 cats.
Yeah, weird.
That's a lot of boxes.
Wait, why?
Because it's just so cats choose, and some cats get defensive over where their box is, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
But I would get a litter robot, and then I would then foster.
Okay.
So then I only just need the one, because what the litter robot does is it cleans every time they go.
So you are thinking about getting another cat.
I'm thinking about getting a litter robot first. I'm thinking about spending the $900
Jesus.
on a auto clean litter box.
No.
Honestly, kind of worth it maybe, because scooping litter is not fun.
No?
No, I don't like it. But it's not bad. I mean, it's not as bad as picking up, wet dog shit on the sidewalk. That is worse.
Yeah.
That undoubtedly is worse.
Surprised you don't like that.
And then having to carry it. Train dogs to carry their own shit.
Rachel has Dwayne carry his poop.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Good.
he's got like the collar thing. She just puts the bag like right in between.
Oh, yeah.
the leash,
Okay.
and he just carries it on his, right next to him. as
That
he
was
walks.
I see. That's what killed me with Remy. I was like, I'm picking up your shit. I'm picking up your little nickel drop, your dimes that you have scattered across this entire corner, and now I have to carry your shit till I find a garbage can. No. You're gonna carry your own shit, sir.
Back when I lived in Jefferson Park, it was awesome walking Harry because just about no matter where he pooped, there was a bin
Yeah.
within 15 steps or so. So I could just grab it, drop it off, and be done with it, and then
Mhm.
keep going our way. But if I got to walk with that thing for a couple minutes or so, I'm just like, oh my God, can we just get rid of it?
I hate it. And then
Jeez.
sometimes when you're picking it up and it gets on the outside of the
Oh,
bag.
that don't happen. You got to get good at that shit.
Ugh.
No.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
then you can't.
You're a
even-
rookie.
I am a rookie. So
You're a rookie.
there was one time where I'm picking up his shit and it gets on the outside of the bag, so I can't tie it up, and it just smells. And I'm walking down the street. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, Remy, ugh. I can't do it.
Oh my goodness. Brutal.
Dogs. The
Dogs.
things we do for companionship.
For real.
Because what are you going to do if I didn't have running water, your food delivered? What would you do?
Keep living. As long as you
You'd
can.
be out on the streets.
Harry'd be okay out on the streets.
You'd be a corner dog.
This boy needs his nails cut, that's for sure.
I clipped Jolene's yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I have to trick her into doing it, though. I have to, like, pretend that I'm not going to snatch her, and then I got to snatch her up. And then I got to pin her down, and I got to put her in between my legs. So it's almost like I'm a bully. I am a bully.
You're a bully.
When I have to,
We know.
it's like
Listen to our intro episode.
Exactly. But it's like, when your sibling pins you down and like hawks a loogie in front of your face and dangles it there.
No.
That's like what I have to do with Jolene, but like clipping her nails.
No. That's kind of what Dwayne needs, but for Harry, I just got to take him to my mom's and he'll just lay down.
Does she do she
grinds him down.
The grinder
Yeah.
instead of the clippers?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I clip. But cat's nails are so different. Like
Dwayne gets clipped too.
with dog nails, one are much thicker, and then depending if they're like pigmented, it could be hard to see the what's it called? The fleshy part that's in there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Whatever that's called.
Don't know exactly what you're saying.
With cats, I mean I don't know. There might be cats that have like pigmented nails, but I've never seen them. But with Jolene's, like they're clear, so you can clearly the wick. So you can clearly see where the wick is.
Yeah.
So you don't run into those issues. But I could get her nail caps. I could get her little like cunty rainbow nail caps.
Oh, you should get her boots, kitten mittens.
She would hate that. She would hate having anything on her feet. She would really hate it.
Kitten mittens.
No, and then I thought about getting her like a butthole cover.
No way.
It's like a little like bedazzled thing that you hang off their tail that like covers their butthole.
I believe it.
It's so stupid.
Get it. Spend the money.
It's like $30
Buy two.
You can buy some. I think it's like actual like Swarovski crystal. You can really bling up your cat's booty hole.
No way. We can't have that.
I mean, in Trump's America?
Then we can.
Girl, I'm glamming up all the booty holes.
Well, do you have a hill that you want to die on this week? That's the thing. And if you don't, that's okay.
No, I had one in the car.
And then you lost it.
And then I forgot it as like people telling me that they're engaged in shit. No, but it was about pets.
Keep stalling. The people love a good stall.
I'm gonna keep just spewing out word vomit until something happens. But if you happen to have a hill and you really want to let the girls have it, you can do such.
It's kind of funny to see you stew and think.
Honestly, I was trying to figure it out.
I kind of like the way that you like get nervous. You're just kind of like
trying to figure it out in real time.
Yeah,
because I'm trying.
And I feel like the people like this too. That's the thing.
They love it.
They love
it.
Hear that you're squirming.
I am every day. I'm sweating.
Yeah,
I'm bleeding through these sheets, girl.
Oh yeah. Here's my hill. You ready for it?
Yeah, hit me with it.
My hill is that I am sick and I'm tired. And I'm sick and I'm tired. I'm tired of just how expensive that life is. Just generally speaking, in the most general way that I can say.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be a better way. I feel like that it would be, all rainbows and butterflies if everybody could just afford everything, but that's just not the way that it works. And I got a real bone to pick with whoever the heck is out there and deciding that things just cost how much they cost. Just plain and simple.
Yeah.
Don't want to get too deep into it because
billionaires, baby.
Really, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because I've got zero control over that, and I'm very much impulse driven. So yeah, my hill is just kind of on the standard of
life should be cheaper.
Life should be cheaper, and if you don't think so, then you're the problem. Yeah, you're the fucking problem.
You are the problem.
turn off my podcast. Don't listen to me if you don't think life should be cheaper.
Don't send us that email at sofatomatoespod@gmail.com.
But if you think life should be cheaper, shoot us an email. Let's talk about it. Tell me what's going on.
Tell me what's going on.
But that's that's kind of my hill, and it's like I said, I know it ain't much, but I feel strongly about it. I'm, like I said, I'm sick,
as you should,
and I'm tired
sick
about it.
Tired. Two of the worst feelings to be.
It's
sick and tired.
I'll tell you what, tired is not a feeling that I dislike. I like feeling tired when I'm able to go to sleep.
Okay, yeah.
I hate feeling tired when I gotta stay up. Oh, talk about another hill to die on.
Yeah.
But maybe one day I'll just kind of think of that on the fly and let it fly. But right now, it's cheap life. I need life to be cheaper.
Okay.
I want to explore. I want to travel. I want to go out and do things and see people and be this and do that and blah 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 blah. It just can't be done with the financial presence of living.
Agreed.
You can't afford.
I'm going to piggyback on that.
Get on this thing.
And I'm going to make my hill that I think we as a society should have guaranteed PTO that is at least 1 month long.
Wow. I mean,
minimum 1 month long of PTO, because just work sucks, man. It doesn't, but it does. It's not a difficult job, but it is in the sense that if you don't know what you're doing, you will never figure it out. But if I guess my primary beef, one, I'll just recap. I didn't get that job, by the way. RIP.
I kind of figured if you hadn't told me.
Yeah.
Say that.
RIP. RIP. I didn't get the job.
Yeah, well,
such is life. It wasn't meant to be.
Another one.
So, but I'm assessing my current job, and I'm like, okay, what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? What would I change? What would I not? And I am kind of feeling some burnout.
Which happens.
And I really didn't want to work at all this week, to be totally honest with you. I just had no will to work, because just getting in front of my computer screen and whatever, it's just annoying. First world problems. And
you're not a ditch digger.
I'm not a ditch digger.
Yeah.
But my God, I've used 1 week of PTO so far.
How much money would they have to pay you to dig ditches?
For my job?
Yeah.
I would be happy digging ditches
every single day. That's all you do. You don't.
How many ditches a day? Just however many you can fit in 8 hours?
You dig from 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
You're digging ditches.
Do I get PTO? Do I get health insurance?
You get
do I get benefits?
Yeah, you get enough benefits to where all that you're thinking about is whether or not the work is worth the money.
Okay. I would dig ditches for no less than $68,000 a year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all it takes to buy you to do a job that's
it's not hard to dig a ditch. I've dug shit in my life.
I'm going to tell you what. If anybody out there is in the dig ditching business, you might have somebody over here to do a job.
I think that's average.
$68K. Gee, is that before taxes, after taxes?
That is after taxes.
So then what are you actually making?
73.
73?
Yeah. I think that's a reasonable wage for somebody who just digs holes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for you, not for just somebody.
I'm thinking about me as just somebody.
So you
if it was me, I would say $1 billion. I want $1 billion.
Well, hold the phone though before you're talking $1 billion. So I don't want to talk dollars and cents too hard, but I imagine that what you do now makes you probably make around that or whatever. Who cares? And you don't even have to dig a ditch.
I make more than that. I don't have to dig
Well,
a ditch.
I don't need to make a big deal. I don't mean to make a big deal out of it like that. I'm just saying so like with everything that and like what it takes for you to make what you make, like for me, you'd have to pay me $180,000 probably
Really?
to get me out there digging ditches, considering what I know and like what I make doing what I do.
I
Like
guess.
to get me to step away from the computer and like actually like go out and like do something physical that's like kind of mindless and like doesn't really have much like emotional reward to it aside from like
Right.
wow, that's a hole.
Right.
Like I would kind of think
But there's
that
clear satisfaction in the sense that like you can clearly see when a project is started and when a project is completed.
not if it's like just a not if you're just digging ditches in the Sahara.
Well,
Like who knows where you're digging a ditch?
if this is like holes, then I'm Stanley Yelnats.
That's the only thing I'm thinking is holes. I don't have anything else to base my dig ditching off of.
If it's like a hole situation where it's like I get water out of a
$63,000.
if I get water out of a jug and I have to share a housing thing with like a bunch of other like young delinquents.
What are you basing it off of?
I'm thinking just like I have all of my creature comforts that I currently have, but instead of like logging on to my computer to start my workday, I just go to the backyard and dig a hole.
Yeah, but like you do it for hours, full day.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No, you're not.
I mean, like I miss.
I think you'd be done digging ditches in 3 days. You'd quit your job. You couldn't make it.
I don't know. I could
At
say,
$73,000.
I could do a week. I could do a week. No, but I like.
Oh,
It depends on how strict the ditch digging is, and
I
where
mean,
I'm
you're gonna have a
going.
manager. You're not working for yourself out there digging
Like
ditches.
if I can wake up and go dig a ditch in my backyard, and that's as far as I have to go.
It's not a ditch. You're digging ditches.
If I'm digging ditches in my backyard and that's as far as I have to go, that beats a commute to work any day.
You're wrong. It like okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm stupid. If you physically trying your best, you could only dig. I don't know what's good and what's bad. Let's say 6 ditches a day.
Sure. I don't know. It depends how deep and whatever. What kind of ground am I working on?
Where you're working, they got specifics. Whatever.
Okay.
You can only get to 6 a day. Working your best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and no matter how good you get at the job,
Okay.
you can only get 6 done a day.
Okay.
Even at your top effort.
Okay. And the problem is.
And I haven't gotten to it. I'm about to. The point is, and the problem is, you don't get paid unless you get 5 done a day.
Okay.
That's the problem.
But I'm consistently getting 6.
The only when you try your best, you can only get to 6.
Okay.
No matter what the scenario is, but you got to get 5 done. So my point is you don't get slack off days.
Okay.
It's not lax like that.
If that's
you got to show up, get the job done, and go home every day.
Okay, so if it is like a holes type thing where it's like a very strict
What's your pay?
regiment.
Let's get to it.
Oh, I mean, it has to be over 150.
180. Yeah, I gave you the
I'd
number.
say 250.
250?
Give me $250,000.
Oh, okay. Well, I think at least now you're being more reasonable.
Yeah, I in my head,
I guess you didn't realize the.
You're hypothetical. I'm entertaining your hypothetical. It's like I can just casually go outside and dig a hole.
Yeah, no. You like, it's your job. Like it's like you do it like it's your job. You don't do it like you're just like getting paid a little bit of nothing.
Well, maybe that's what I'm doing now. I'm getting paid to do a little bit of nothing. Take that energy into ditch digging.
And then you're not going to even dig a ditch.
And I'm not going to dig a ditch. I'm just going to take a nap.
Okay, well.
And I'll live.
And I'll live. Okay, Bucktooth.
I will live.
Okay, well, something to think about is holes. You know.
But anyway, what was my hill?
You were piggybacking, remember?
Yeah, I was piggybacking.
On mine. Things are too expensive.
Things are too expensive. I forget. Whatever. Obviously, it's not important.
Yeah, well, the point is to send us an email at sofatomatoespod@gmail.com.
That's my hill.
And
send us more emails.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten one so far, you guys. So you can do better if you've made it this far. You can do better. So yeah.
Anything else you want to
I
add on
mean,
this podcast?
I really don't want to add too much else. I feel like we kind of did the thing and then that, and we talked about this and we talked about the other thing. So, I guess if you've made it this far, I'd say I hope you're watching Survivor season 10. I hope that you're like as a listener
Yeah.
preparing yourself for season 50 of Survivor All
Season
Star. That's
50.
that's about to come out here in the spring, next spring. So you gotta tune in to Sofa Survivors and rewatch with us so that we can
Are we going to be
get ourselves
watching
ready.
Survivor 50?
Gosh, I will be watching Survivor 50. I don't think that you're gonna be able to get caught up in time,
I mean, I won't know who people are,
and that's a problem.
but I will be able to watch it.
Okay, well,
And like I'll know who 2 out of the however many there are.
yeah,
3 actually.
Well, so here's the thing. So in retrospect, at that point, we might be able to get through 3 other seasons of Sofa Survivors if we keep doing it the way that we're doing it.
Okay.
Because we're doing 2 episodes every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't even know, 12 episodes, 14 episodes in a season.
I guess. Yeah.
So like,
Circumstantial.
give or take every 3 months, we should finish a season. So we could possibly at least get you caught up to like a third of the cast
Okay.
or something like because the way that we went about, I mean, we don't need to drag this pod out much longer, but the way that we went about deciding what season that we were going to watch this time, which was season 10, which ended up being a great season to watch. I feel like I didn't remember the season that well, and I feel like it's just a good season altogether. And
There are some
interesting.
things that I wish were a little bit different. Like for example, Karor is way too happy, and that's annoying me.
I talk about that in my notes.
Okay, yeah, I wrote that in my notes as well, where I'm like, I'm annoyed
Yeah.
that they're not annoyed.
I know. So it's a good season that we picked, but the next season that maybe I'll just fucking pick it. I'm gonna look at the season 50 cast and I'm gonna see like what do we absolutely need to get done, because like I said, there are two season 50 characters that have been on. It's gonna be their 5th time on Survivor.
Which is crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So we can knock out 2 of them in one season, no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. At least. So, this, that, the other thing. So I don't really have anything else. Do you have anything else that you want to give to the people, show to the people, tell the people, whatever?
Give the people, show the people, tell the people, whatever.
Yeah.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy fucking Pride.
Happy
it's that month
Pride.
again. Come back around to it.
Be who you are for your pride.
I feel like that should be like the beginning to a song.
It's a meme.
But it should be the beginning of a song. Like you saying it like that, and then it goes like who knows where that could go. But I don't know.
Dubstep.
I don't know.
Let's bring back dubstep on
I'm
this
not
Pride.
really a dubby guy, but whatever. Anywho, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning into Sofa Survivors for this week.
This is not Sofa Survivors.
Well, you're gonna
check
but thank you.
self.
No, thank you for tuning into Sofa Survivors after you've gotten this far, because we've already talked you in.
Yeah.
To Sofa Survivors.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning into Sofa Tomatoes.
That's what this is.
Sofa Tomatoes.
Sofa Tomatoes.
So thank you. We appreciate you guys. Tune in again next week, the week after that,
Just don't stop
till you're dead.
till you're dead.
So thanks. Tune in later. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
It's still recording.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, it's counting up.
Oh, hold on one second.
Close the